All right. Was sick last week, but let's check out the each day's best. Sorry, I'm still getting over the sickness. Um, yeah, let's check out the best opportunities. We can use game plan. Yeah, I was looking for a bounce because of the S&T at the lows. I knew that OPEX was skewing everything. So did we bounce this week? Thursday, Friday. So yeah, Friday came in here, and then yeah, we did deliver higher. So I should have been looking for look at the wrong one here. Should have been looking for longs all through here. Oh wait, this is Monday. Yeah, tough. We delivered higher Monday, and then it was literally just a chop fest. So that was that was tough. Was wrong about. Mm, I mean, I was right about the initial delivery, which was from Friday. Literally a pretty nice move up. Oops, wrong one. And now we can really break down what happened in the flows, even though OPEX was there happening. Oops. All right. Let's screenshot this real quick. Weekly flow. There's SPY and Tide. There's Dow Jones and Russell, and then Qs. And this could totally, yeah, it was OPEX. So this is actually more for me to figure out if we were reacting to the flows. So yeah, just a quick look at the flow. Okay, what was Monday? Monday was the 17th. So yeah, Friday. Friday bullish. I was bullish, but we did have a very clear bearish flow in Qs, which did end up kind of playing because we gapped up Monday. What happened? I mean, yeah, we did have a green day on Monday, and then it did end up playing out that bearish side. So yeah, I mean that does make sense. So it does seem like the flows were still working, kind of, if that's the right way to say that. But yeah, we had bearish, more bearish accumulation, and then the calls just followed price up. But then they started to sell puts though, so that's confusing. Still positive in the put premium though, and then SPY and Tide, kind of a mixed bag, but mostly bullish. I mean, multiple days of still some put premium happening. And then on Tuesday, they closed those up, it looks like. But then calls are still negative, so it's like, oh, bearishness still. And then SPY was bearish too. So yeah, yeah, that's why it's so tricky. So puts rose, puts rose, puts rose, calls rose, calls rose. Just very tricky. We did come down into this though. and then calls ripped, and then most of the volume was in the puts though, so could have anticipated that. So yeah, I mean they are still reacting a little. Um, Tide, bullish, oscillating here. Calls coming up while price is coming down. No, calls flatline into that with puts rising, and then puts got dumped into the end of the day. So that's tricky. Um, on the tide at least. And then calls and puts both coming back up. Calls coming back up, following price. Seems pretty bullish there. Super bullish on Dow, very clearly. And then Russell can be tricky, but I mean, that is pretty bullish. They just annihilated their shorts there. But we did have calls being sold, puts being sold. And then puts were rising here, but then calls caught back up into that bounce. So I don't know. Pretty unclear. But this giant put sell, that just seems like, yeah, that that lines up with kind of what I'm looking for already for this week. But yeah, so it looks like it was kind of reacting, but yeah, it was trickier, just not as clear. I would have had to be really, really on top of the price action, which I totally was not. So this is exactly why we're doing this review, to figure out what was really going on. Monday. So yeah, coming into Monday, we've had SMT at these lows. Yeah, it's like get long, we've got relative equal highs. Oops. Relative equal highs here, but all we should really need, we've already have a relative strength continuation SMT here. So all I'd be looking for is the next level to be manipulated. This low should hold at least for us to take out this high, at least is what I think. And then once we take this high out, we may actually get a pullback. So Monday we had last week. Last week. Let me see the news. So yeah, Monday we had retail sales at 8:30. So we did have news coming in. And some bullish flows. So let's see how I could have traded this. Obviously, this was like a clear entry in London. Very, very clear. Could have gone in here, 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 here. Once we took out that, anything below Asia would have made a lot of sense. But anyways, so yeah, just looking for a discount. buy at least, and an SMT below a key level. So let's play this. Boom. And what time does that make it? Okay. So we're getting the pullback. I just want to see, what do I want to see here? I want to see, honestly, the SMT is already there. So like, it's quite the risk there. So I'd be looking for some sort of London low, something to happen at London low. And it looks like maybe YM would give that. And then maybe just an internal range, like relative manipulation in ES versus NASDAQ. NASDAQ and ES both took out these highs. Um, okay, but so far NASDAQ's looking stronger. Wish I just had time. Okay, we're about to get into the news. So yeah, so far Russell bouncing. YM's coming lower. This might be the 830 candle here. Nope, that's 820. Oh crap. Dang. Don't want to give it away. I ignored it. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So we're starting to come down right before the news. We've already come below the true day open on YM. So this could be possibly a level. We'll see. There's no key levels here other than true day open for me. All right. So boom, news happens. And right off the bat, we just rip. So into the news, that would have been the obvious time too to look for a trade. So if we just rewind just a little bit, we're quite a ways away from that, so it does make sense to zoom in on the 1 minute. Boom. So news happens, instantly we have a manipulation here right into that. So I would just be looking to buy this, which is actually, I think I did do that. So I would have just been looking to capture something reasonable, maybe the order block right there. And there's this low. Targeting the swing high up here. The risk reward isn't too good there. So hopping down to much lower time frame. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I probably would have, I don't know. It's like, what can I really be asking for there? Oh, did I not move? Okay, wait. No, yeah, my target didn't adjust. Like, there we go. There we go. All right, okay, this makes more sense now. So yeah, using like the 5 minute, that makes sense. So I would have probably wanted to just enter there, put my stop there. That's very realistic. Just an obvious conservative trade there. And if we go on the 1 minute, let's see if we actually get it. 1 minute, could have used this one, or right there, I guess. So yeah, we would have gone tagged in there. Okay, now let's see it go. All right. So we get in, we come up to this high, take out that New York high. Come very deep. Okay, there we go. So then it does deliver very nicely. Offered like another entry here. If you use this as the order block, you would have gotten another entry there. And then yeah, you would have been able to target. The real target for this was not actually this high. It was actually this old high, which was a Friday AM session high. So the risk reward actually would have been up here at least at 67. Very conservative. Wait, did I get that wrong? This was 940 right here. So yeah, this swing high here. Yeah. So 100s level basically. Let's see if that's reasonable. And keep in mind, we have already taken out a pool of liquidity. So yeah, we could have targeted this, I think, slightly above that. And then I think what actually happened was some S&T here into the highs. Yeah. And I think this is what screwed me up. I think I was holding, and then yeah, I got taken out. Deep into the AM session, and there was no news. So yeah, I mean, technically, I had enough R to get out, and this, why is this high off? Mark there. Maybe, did I miss that? Is this really the AM high? 930. So here's the open here. I wonder if ES came up there. Oh, okay, no. What happened was clear. This is actually my own trading mistake. So there was a good setup here. And yeah, I could have been still holding into here. But what happened was NASDAQ took out this high and ES hadn't. ES came up about real close to it. Boom, we get a clear S&T, a pullback, retrace, and another S&T here. So this would have been the exit here, fully out conservatively there. So yeah, 4R. I should have totally had a nice winner there. Yeah, that should have been it. This was just the obvious trade here. Just using that open order block and then basically up into there. That was the easy money trade and it totally worked. I just mistraded it. Easy money long on NQ and clear obvious reason to sell with SPY and yes S&T and yes not taking the high. S&T showing clear reason above 3R sell. I think this day I did have a winning trade on this, but then it wasn't enough, and then I just got tilted because I should have taken that partial off that I had, and then I think I just kept longing this or something, and then it just took me out. But it makes sense that this would dig deeper and manipulate this news low. So what I should have done is actually look for a long in ES. We have a short happening here in NASDAQ that I wouldn't have touched, but we've taken out this news low. Is that enough? We would want ES to come much closer to this news low if we're going to get long. So I'd actually look for a deeper move first. So let's see if that gives us a trade into at least a key time frame. Oh, looks like that was enough. Um, I mean, these were smooth lows here on NASDAQ. Take it out. We come up here. Is there something at a key time right before lunch? 11:30 a.m. is when we sort of swept these equal lows. And into lunch, we get any SMT here. We have SMT here with Dow Jones. So Dow Jones holds this the whole time. And at 11:30, it's like clear SMT there. So yeah, maybe a Dow Jones long makes sense there. I'm gonna mark it up just to show that it occurred. And then lunch gave another entry basically. But what low is this? This is just an arbitrary low though. Yeah, I wouldn't have trusted that. But I mean, structurally, there's like, yeah, clear SMT into a lower probability time, but it is a higher probability time relative to just any other time. So that would have worked. But yeah, it's hard to justify this. I mean, who knows? ES could have just came lower, and then I don't know. Who knows? If we're gonna SMT this low, though, that is the obvious buy, and I think there was maybe a level here. I mean, yeah, 1 hour. And it would make sense to hold this since we never took out liquidity. Yeah. And technically we hadn't created this yet. So yeah, just a tricky long there. I think it does make a little bit of sense to try the Dow long. But I can't say with confidence that I would have fully trusted it. Yeah, that was really far away. And SPY had already taken out this high, so that's why I would have been probably not have traded this. Yeah, there you go. SPY takes out that high. And then we get the short, or not the short, but just the reversal down, taking out this low here, obviously. And nothing else has been taken. But, I mean, these are still relatively equal highs. So, yeah, I think I should have taken that trade. This should have been taken with smaller size, long here. Logically, the long would have been, into 11:30. So anywhere in here, let's just assume bad entry. And then, yeah, just targeting the next sweep of the highs, which would have been this high here, right at 34. Yeah, which is, yeah, basically what would have been. So, yeah, another 4-hour trade. That should have been what I should have done. On ES, SPY still had, even though it barely got that high, it still manufactured the S&P since that was a key level and the distance, sorry, that was a key level, and if there was a long, then it should hold that because ES should have remained relatively strong like it literally did. So small, so half size makes sense here. To must take this. So yeah, should have had a nice solid green day here. Both trades fully green. And even yeah, even a long in NASDAQ could have made sense here too. Yeah, maybe there's something here. We manipulate lower here. Oh, well that's tricky then. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much sense that would. Yeah, I mean this is just the classic soup of the low. Wouldn't have bought that, but after we had displaced here, see if there's any S&P. Yeah, nothing but yeah, it does make sense to trade ES though. It should have been stronger. So yeah, it makes sense. And the draw on liquidity wasn't there on Nasdaq anymore for me since it, yeah. But yeah, I mean this is all smooth highs liquidity. You could justify a trade here either way, but to me this is just the easier trade. So yeah, that makes sense. Cool. As for Russell, I just don't really trust any long the Russell at all since we have no S&T on higher time frame at all. Okay. Whoa, big gap up on futures right now. Dang it! I was hoping to get along into that. Cool. All right. So that's Monday. Just see. There we go. Pretty much just rips and then dumps. All right. So let's look at Tuesday. All right, so we got the move up. We had S&T of this high here, the prior Friday AM high, but did we have the flows to get bearish on? So Monday, nothing on SPY. Pretty bullish looking. It does look like puts did rally into the end of the day there, and calls were getting sold in the tide. So there's that. But I don't I don't see there wasn't even anything on Tuesday to even like get short on, honestly. And now that we have taken that high, it's like, okay, what are we really looking for now? Q's was pretty bearish into that high. Calls, yeah, Q's was really bearish. And then calls came up only following the move. But the problem with that is that they did start to sell their puts. So it's like, okay, what's going on there? But not with a lot of volume. So to me, yeah, shorts do make sense here. But the problem is we did already get a move down. So we already got a move down. But net, they're still short. So yeah, it does make sense to look for like maybe these lows or at least this low for a short. So could have been looking short if I had really made sure I understood what was happening here in the flow. It wasn't really clear though, but I mean there was some put buying here on SPY and we were going up. So there was a reason to get to look for shorts. It wasn't super clear, but it was there. We get the move down, we get a nice pop back up. Dow Jones takes out Asia, ES takes out Asia, Nasdaq takes out Asia. Okay, so nothing. Okay, we did get an S&T though here. So this move down makes sense. It makes sense. So now we're looking for a reason to get short again, I think. That would be the most logical thing to look for. What time is it? And there's no news, so we'd just be looking at the 830 as a level to still trust. And we'd be looking on a smaller time frame, honestly. But we'll keep on the 5 just to get close to that first. So it looks like we did get another S&T here. YM coming up above again, which is the same one here. So you could have gotten short here, possibly. But I would have waited a bit closer to, wait. That is 830 level. Okay, I missed that. So yeah, short. Oh no, that was here. We made this into here. But I mean, yeah, you could have looked for just an entry back up into that since it occurred outside of the time frame. So right at 830, we basically just fill and retouch this order block. So ideally, you would have wanted to short this order block. I mean, we'll see what happens. I could just be wrong here, but this, if I was looking at things correctly, this is what I would have done. So I would have wanted to get short here, and it made sense to get in short there since we just retouched the order block. Maybe if I was lucky and really diligent, would have gotten a better entry there using the actual candle. Actually, yeah, that does make sense because that's the candle actually took out that. Okay. So yeah, this is a logical entry here. Let's see how it plays. So okay, that played out really well. And you could have had the idea that we would come down into here. So there are big opportunities still playing out, and I am just missing them. So this is a clear short here on NASDAQ. Oh, was there something tied too? Did I really miss all this? Monday. Look at this. Monday flows. At 3:45 p.m., they were negative 61 million. I wish I could just maybe. So yeah, Monday. Can't really tell. Because this always happens, doesn't it? When it's the close. But we did get that sharp move down into the close. So that actually does look right that it did happen there before the close actually happened. But I don't know. I can't really tell. So we'll just have to leave that for me not journaling this. Should have journaled it. Alright. Yeah, so this short was just huge R there. Tuesday, 8. What was Monday? Yeah, so this short makes a lot of sense. Kind of, it's bumming me out now. I messed this up, man. So yeah, we get okay, and then we get the exact same trade on Monday, basically. Nasdaq comes down, eats these lows, boom. Now we've got a clear S&T up into here. We've got a higher time frame fair value gap within the opening 15 minutes, and this was a news low. So using that exact same, I mean, we did technically, I don't think I would have taken this. I would have taken it small. I would have taken it like half size there, maybe right there. I don't know though, because what's this low here on all the way down here. And YM looks like it could come deeper. ES is going really deep too. So yeah, I mean, I could have taken that. Let's see. I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened. I mean, but this is the same setup that I have taken before, where I wait for the SMT to actually come down into the last point of invalidation. would have wanted to use a higher time frame order block here. So that would have been textbook entry in so entry should have been either here or here. So yeah, if I so yeah, and then the target would be not that high. I would have just looked for like a bounce, maybe to refill the inefficiencies there. But let's see if there was an entry here as we got into that level. The S&T here. We all make a new low at 10 o'clock. Well, YM actually makes a lower low here, and NASDAQ does not. So there's the rotation back into strength in NASDAQ as it manipulates. And I actually would have actually been looking for this if I had been correct. If I had been on side, so yeah, assuming. So yeah, I probably would just look for AM high there. But yeah, you could have also taken this deep buy on ES, which also would have been pretty easy to spot. And then yeah, let's play ahead and see how this plays out. Oh, yep, would have gotten stopped out on NASDAQ. Oh, yikes. So yeah, NASDAQ wouldn't have worked. Why not? We took out. Oh, I didn't even notice this. We did take out that. So yeah, I mean that's just a tricky one. Did have S&T though, but this one is still holding, though it did come nightmare close to our stop. It would have been right, and it is a bit of a higher time frame trade, so I honestly don't know if I would have taken it. Maybe like in a swing call, but like that. This entry occurred 40 minutes after the open, so taking that wouldn't actually have made sense. I know I'm saying that hindsight, but it actually does. I probably actually would have taken this in NASDAQ, and then I would have gotten stopped out. But I mean, the ES trade is the real trade, and then would have just been more confirmed here as it didn't take the low, and then we just kept going lower on NASDAQ. And then what I should have been looking for is the transfer of strength into NASDAQ. So this might have been the actual buy on NASDAQ. So if we could swing trade without worrying about stupid rules, then yeah, I mean this might have made sense here too. Oh man, let's just skip this chunk. Yep, dang. Let's see if we get it. I mean, this is overnight. Obviously, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I could have been long on ES, could have been long here on NASDAQ, and then boom. And this was like the low-hanging fruit target. Obviously, the real target is like the swing high. It should have been like that. So yeah, 6R there. That sucks. Oh, crap, I should have. And then this long here does make sense, and there was entries. I mean, you could have just used this order block, so I'm just going to note that. See the order block, basically the low there, targeting high. And this is still Tuesday. skipped too far ahead, but it was basically the same trade. Yeah. So yeah, Tuesday would deliver. Yeah. So yeah, to trade into Tuesday. Tuesday is long consolidation, long into Wednesday, where it would have delivered nicely. Dang. I don't even know when it occurred, but it occurred here into the end of the day. It occurred here on PM session, so it was a PM session long, and then it was literally an overnight long as this also happened, just as an entry. We took out these highs and then just reaccumulated. And then into the open, I'm sure there's even another entry. Into the open, we get, looks like a manipulation in NASDAQ. Which I don't really understand why. Oh, well, we got a break of a high and S&T, the same exact S&T that always creates a reaccumulation long. Boom. So there's a reaccumulation long manipulation. We get NASDAQ manipulating lower, still holding the prior day PM session long. Wow. So there's an easy long here on ES. Just risking this low. And conservatively would have gotten below these lows. So that's an easy target there, but yeah, imagine if you held to that, which still made sense to do. So yeah. Um, with the flow though, the SMT is all there. So if we look at the flow from Tuesday, that's going to be key to see if I would have been like very confident in taking this. So Tuesday, does seem kind of bearish. Yeah, I mean they're selling their puts from the prior day. Mm. And then this is just where the flow is just off. Honestly, this is the only thing I can think of. But the SMT and everything is there. So I should have still taken that. Wednesday long from Tuesday. Place. Oh, and then it's FOMC? Goodness. So yeah, would have gone out. Starting to get exhausted thinking about all these trades in this. But I think I just need a little break here. May realizing that I could have actually picked it up. It would have been really great. Like Monday, I just made a mistake with that. I think though the lesson is to avoid, like not avoid those weeks, but just to like uh place emphasis more on my analysis than yeah, I mean that would have been a tough. Yeah. Just like a quesadilla or something. Should have muted my mic. Well, yeah, just a small one. All right, Thursday. Well, yeah. I actually could have anticipated the flow actually because it flow's always thrown off before Fed. They always do a bunch of spoof orders. So yeah, let's just see how this plays out. We create relative equal highs. YM comes up and soups these highs. So maybe we have some bearishness here for a short back down into this range. And then just look for something. I don't know, we'll see. So we're gonna move down. So it looks like there was a short here. I don't know how much conviction I would have had in that. But then YM coming deeper below this 830 low. That's like a pretty nice, very nice long opportunity there. Could have longed ES there into the PM session. So I don't know if I would have actually caught it because of how that worked, but oops. But let's just say you use the order block. Still 3R there, those next highs, roughly. And it would have made sense to even put it at the CE. So yeah, I mean that still works. Let's see if there's something on the 1 minute. Nope, just a big wick. But there was a little reaccumulation there. So could have maybe traded NASDAQ maybe, but no S&T on this low, so I would not trust it. But yeah. So yeah, technically there was a long there. Would have been a tough one though, with the news happening, because I wouldn't have really anticipated that wick down. So I'm just not going to note that. There was a long into the PM news. Yeah, I'm just not actually, yeah, I'm not supposed to. Basically, just using that. So yeah, there was like a 4R there if I had caught that low below there. So I don't know. But yeah, it was there. And there was that short there too. I just don't know if I would have trusted it because ES didn't give an S&T. Really. So yeah, it's all still there. And now we've delivered higher. So I would assume we'd want to just go higher. Yeah. So yeah, it could have been a monster trade if you really zoomed out and just saw these as smooth. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense because this high was here and then that's just smooth highs all the way up into there. So yeah, it would have been at least a 5R trade. Alright. So yeah, 5R there, and then a higher time frame fair value gap also being kind of played into there. Especially if you zoom out. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's all holding. Wow. So I just had to zoom out there. But now we've taken out and made bearish S&T at these highs for sure on NASDAQ. So now I'd actually look for, yeah, this does make sense for short, but into the end of the day, that's just tricky. And then there's multiple entries overnight. And then there's a short playing out. So you could have gotten short, PM session held it down, probably to this low, is what I would think. There, yeah. And then, yeah, there's the manipulation S&P and the same exact long occurring again. That's crazy. So Tuesday or Thursday AM session, we don't take out any lows. Maybe on YM. Nope. Maybe on SPY. Yes. Let me just skip to Thursday. Nope. No S&T here. It looks like. Oh wait, right into the open. There is S&T here. There's literally S&T here. Change of character S&T. Wow, that is just too good to be true. Change in character S&T long. All the way back up here. for 9R and but yeah, I didn't understand the SMT that was happening. So yeah, I mean it's like if I can quickly understand and pivot to the new ways, which I did when I was looking at the low that came in. So yeah, I think every time we are nearing a contract change, I need to start looking for the new dynamic of SMT. And all I have to do is see when we put in a low or a major low or a major high, I need to start to understand after a few days of price action how those are working out. Like what's triggering the shorts and what's triggering the longs and what's taking out a high and what's not. And then when we come back down and then bounce, how is it bouncing? And then when we go up and take out a high and reverse lower, how is it reversing? And then that's it. So, because this is still the same thing. I mean, this is just relative strength where you want to see it. Super easy low hanging fruit target. And then you could have literally been playing the higher time frame trade and held this till Sunday today. But who knows? It's actually realistic. Yeah, and then we just take out that high. Oh, and now we have bear S&T again. How does this play out? Bear S&T again. Oh, and then okay. Yes, took out this low barely, but that's not S&T. And then we rip below. We rip below, and NASDAQ takes out the low, and we're in the open. Do we have a change in character here? On the 1 minute candles, we put in the low, we hold, and we bounce. And NASDAQ's being really strong here. And then we rip back up, don't take out anything, come back down. No. You want to look for an S&P. Maybe I missed it. I just walked right through. Actually, there is S&P here. That's so stupid. There's S&P here, very clearly. Long there, stop there, hold it to these relative equal highs. Easy, another easy trade. Missed. And then I actually want to see what this ends up doing because I think that might have been the low. Yep. That you could have held literally all day. And then there was there was an opportunity here again, but not not in our time frame. And then an SMT change of character again here into lunch. So what happens here? ES suddenly is weaker, comes way lower, takes out some lows, and then just creates an SMT here, and creates another SMT here. Very hard to catch that, but on YM it's there. So you could have gone long YM. But yeah, could have gone long here right into lunch, but I'm not gonna mark, yeah, whatever. Wow, 5R just up there. Goodness. Alright, was there news? Friday. Oh, what the? Oh, All right, that's the week in review.